In this video we have another money making build for Le Mans, and if this one was any easier, it'd practically be cheating. And the first thing we're going to need is a car, specifically that one, the 908 HDI FAP 2010 from Peugeot. Why they couldn't have just called it something simpler is beyond me. And once you've got the car, let's get it set up. First of all, you need fully customisable ECU, repair restrictor and ballast, and those are the only things you're going to need to buy, apart from your tyres of course. As for the tuning, the setup I used was downforce front 1114, downforce rear 2000. Your ECU, you want to drop it as low as possible, so that's setting 70, and also setting 70 on the repair restrictor. Now, as for your ballast, you're going to need all of it, the full 200 kilos, and I didn't move it backwards or forward because the car's pretty much balanced as it is, so just leave your ballast in the centre. My bad, I almost forgot to mention that you need the fully customisable manual transmission added as well. Now, it doesn't matter if you actually still use automatic gears while driving, as long as you've got this particular gearbox, otherwise you will not get it down below 700 pp. And with that all done, we'll head over to Le Mans for the race. Now, a couple of little pointers. First of all, make sure you put the right tyres on. This build will only let you use two sets of tyres anyway, the wets and the hards, but make sure you put the right ones on. I've made that mistake in the past. Secondly, fuel mapping. Don't worry about it, just leave it on fuel map 1. As for things like traction control or brake bias, well, whatever you normally use that you prefer, set it to that. But really, you can just leave this thing bog standard. And now, there's only one thing left to do. Put your foot down and go for it. Now, one thing you will notice with this build is that you are not massively quick in a straight line. Compared to other cars, you're probably only about the same, but the trouble is we've had to restrict this car so much just to fit into the PP. Now, like I said, don't let that worry you, because on every bit of a track that isn't straight, you are going to be an absolute demon. You are going to brake later than the others, you are going to accelerate faster than the others, and you are going to go around the corners much quicker than the others. So you'll soon make up the places. See, told you I wasn't exaggerating. By the time we finished lap 1, we'd moved up from 20th to 4th. Told you this thing was quick. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with this race, it rains at Le Mans. It's not set, as in set time or set lap every time. It's dynamic, which means you're not exactly sure when it's going to happen, or even if it's going to happen. But to be fair, 99% of the time it will rain in this race. In my particular case, it started raining at the end of lap 2, and so it was time to pit and put on those wet tyres. And if we just let this pit stop scene play out, if I could ask if you guys would hit those like and subscribe buttons, it really does help out the channel. It lets me know that you like the content I'm making for you, and I appreciate every single one of you legends that does it. Now, you may have noticed I've dropped a few places in that pit stop, but you know what? I'm not bothered, because as we all know, the AI in Gran Turismo can't drive in the rain. Hell, half the time they don't even put the right tyres on. But even when they do, they still can't drive in the rain, so I'll soon make up those places. And make those places back up, I did. In fact, before I even got to the end of lap 4, I was back in the lead. In fact, I was so far in the lead, I decided I was going to pit again. Now, I didn't need to. I'd got more than enough fuel to get me to the end, and my tyres were fine. But, to be honest, I was getting a little bit bored. So I decided let's pit again. One, because I actually, like I said, I like watching the pitting sequence in this game, and two, I thought, well, I will drop a few places and I can have a play with the AI again, overtaking them. Now, your race may be a little bit different, obviously, depending on when the rain arrives, but you're going to be golden if you just start on your hard tyres and as soon as it starts raining, swap onto the wets. Or even if you're halfway through a lap and you think it's going to start raining, pit onto the wets a little bit early, it won't matter. And even if it absolutely hammers it down with rain, it's not going to matter. This car, this build will handle it. as you can see in here. I mean, it was absolutely tipping it down, and this car just loved it. Not to mention with that, what a fantastic view from the cockpit of this thing. Well, maybe the field of view is a little bit restrictive. Don't think I'd like to drive it in real life. And before you realise it, you'll be in front again, and it'll be lap 6, and you'll be looking at finishing your race. Now, as I've said earlier with this race, just remember, the only thing you need to be careful of is do not overtake under yellow flags. As long as you remember that rule, you are pretty much guaranteed to get your clean race bonus. All you have to do is drive to the finish. But then, well, then you have a choice to make, because as in my other build videos, you are going to be that far ahead that, well, the opposition are going to be miles behind you. So, what do? You can either complete another lap and wind down your time, or you could just pull up and have a little break, like I did. Now, obviously, it's going to be slightly different for everybody's race, but you are going to be so far ahead by the time you reach your finish line on lap 6. And it's up to you what you want to do then. Pop to a bathroom, go and grab yourself a drink, or just sit and wait. Well, that's the whole point of these videos, to try and make it as easy for you guys to earn the credits. And I told you it was going to be easy. And as soon as that timer clicks over 30 minutes, just drive across the finish line and claim your win. Now come on, admit it, that's got to be the easiest 825,000 credits you've ever seen. Now, I'm already working on my next money build video for you guys, but if you've enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the subscribe and like buttons. I really do appreciate it, and well, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next video. For more great videos like this one, follow this link. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.